Guys, we have proposals, a wedding, a honeymoon, and pregnancy all tonight in the finale of Lunatics. So this is the Lunatics After Show on AfterBuzz. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Like, for everybody who watches Chris Lilley shows, could you, ever think that you could tell somebody that in one show there was a proposal, wedding, honeymoon, and pregnancy, and it was a Chris Lilley show?
And almost a funeral.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Seriously, what is with these scares that we have with these characters in this series? Hey guys, what's up? Welcome. We are here for the Lunatics After Show on AfterBuzz. We are going over episodes 9 and 10, but tonight, episode 10 is the finale. I'm this is one of the best finales, and I'll tell you why, but we'll get right to it. I am your host, Jessie Zahner. Thanks for joining us. And to my left, my wonderful co-hosts, we have Alice.
Hey, guys.
Back with us, and Anias.
Hi, I love you, Chris Lilley. I'm so sad it's over.
I know. We are so sad because we are huge Chris Lilley fans, and this is an epic ending. So we're going to go over episode 9 really quick because we want to get right to the finale. Mm-hmm. So episode 9, we start with Quentin, and he has a pretty interesting episode because it's his first gig as a DJ. And he is...
Can we say his DJ name or no?
First and last.
Yeah, that's true.
DJ Qunt, that's all.
DJ Quint.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Quint!
Yeah. So what do you guys think of his first gig as a DJ?
It was so good.
I mean, yeah, it was going well, but then he had to be all sensitive when the guy, criticized his butt. It's come on. It's not the first time you've probably heard that. You should be a little bit, stronger, not let it bother you. Don't let it bother your first, big gig. I mean, even though you weren't really the one who was playing, but still.
Would you be so pumped to be at his show?
Yes.
Until I got cake thrown at me.
So
and then I'd be like, what the...
So here's the thing. As I was seeing that, because that kind of ruined the vibe, and then everything was going downhill, but that really took it over the edge. But I was thinking, if everybody's drunk and partying, would people actually get pissed, or would people be breaking out into a massive food fight? Because I think I would pick it up and start throwing it.
Yeah, I think they would. I mean, especially when you're drunk, you get hungry, get the munchies, so probably be eating it. So I would not be surprised. Food fight, eating it, being all
I'd probably go up there and fight Quentin. Honestly, I'd be like, did you just effing throw food at me? What the hell?
It's so funny because it wasn't a random lob into the audience. He was literally chucking it at them, at people hard. But he has so much props, so many props in this DJ gig. He's throwing out food. He has the boat that he's gonna crowd surf on that never ends up happening. He has flames. He has a glitter cannon. He has his bird. Mm-hmm. He has the smoke gun. Just everything. And everything goes wrong. The fireworks shoot off at the beginning and they were supposed to come at the end. The bird flies away right away. He has to tell somebody to go get it.
Then he sprays Harrison with the gun and it's and then the music stops and it's oh my God.
No. And I really thought he was doing good, but when the music started, everybody was just partying again. So I'm wow, yeah, I don't think this is going to work out for him.
Because Harrison's music's not bad, but then when he gets on the microphone and is yeah, and then everyone's the music is still decent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he, like you guys mentioned, the guy makes fun of his big butt. So he's going to have an ass reduction surgery because he feels like his giant ass is holding him back.
I feel like you should have just embraced it and used that for fame. Come on, a DJ with a big butt, that's going to get you publicity, dude. That's free publicity on your butt. Okay, use it.
Well, and I will say I did look up some companies that do butt reduction surgeries, and it ranges from about $3,500 to $8,000 US, depending on the size of your butt.
Wow, those pictures.
Consultation is required. And I did not share these photos, but yes, Google it for yourself. We're looking at them over here. They look like Quentin's butt. It's real.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's about to have that done. He's laying on the table. He's passed out. We almost think he's dead. His mom also thinks he's dead. But he's just passed out from the drugs, and his brother says, thumbs up if you don't want the operation. And last minute, he puts his thumb up. no ass reduction.
I don't know. I'd probably get an ass reduction.
I totally would. Yeah.
I don't know what you
I
guys
probably
think,
would if it was me, but I'm saying if it's Quentin, because that's not my butt, I would say embrace it. But
The entire
me
series,
personally-
all I could think about is like, how uncomfortable is it? Like, how do you find jeans that you can stuff like even as Chris Lilley, how do you find jeans that you can stuff those balls
I
or
think
whatever
they
is
probably
in
had
it?
to tailor them specifically.
Yeah, because like they're tighter on his legs. I'm like, I don't know how you
Yeah.
find those jeans, but good job. So then we go to Becky and like poor Becky, because like things
Oh
are
my
getting
gosh.
even worse. She's
Poor Becky.
so sweet, but like Lucy moved out. She won't reply to her, and she's setting the record straight with her YouTube fans. And this is so funny because like I get what they mean by this, but it's not like she was lying to people. You know what I mean? She's like, I've been lying to them. So she wants to let them know that she's 7'3" and has like weird legs.
I mean, it's not even a thing to really get mad at people about. Most YouTubers don't show their legs.
Yeah.
Like when they're filming vlogs and stuff, especially like when they're filming stuff in their room, you can
Right.
just see this part. So
Right, you
what
could
a
have no
horrible
legs.
crime.
Yeah.
You probably would never know.
yeah. So I don't know why she has to come clean with her. She feels like she's being fake, I guess.
I love that. Like when she's talking about how she's all upset and everything. That the one where she says like, "Oh, I just stand in the shower, just like to stand there."
Yeah,
It was
just
so
like by
sad.
myself, but not using
Like
the shower.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
so depressing and funny at the same time.
Yeah. So she's, thinking about transferring, and at the very end, Lucy comes back with
And
her
she's
mermaid.
found the mermaid. Yeah.
Yeah, that she threw out the window.
I thought that was a little random. Like how long were they mad at each other? I feel like it was just we don't have any.
Yeah.
Was it a week, a month? I don't know. I'm just like, oh, all of a sudden she's okay. I don't know. It's
Yeah, all of a
that
sudden
was
she's up
really
and moved
random.
out.
Mm-hmm.
But she apologizes. So I'm like, okay, I'm okay with Lucy at this point.
Yes. Now I like her.
Do you
again.
guys? Well, you have siblings. Do you have siblings?
Yes.
Do you guys ever smell their pillows?
No, hell no.
No.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I definitely don't like silent disco while also holding their pillow, smelling it. Poor Becky. She was going through a hard time.
Yes.
That's true.
So that's what she's up to. Keith, in the meantime, is... I keep saying this, he's like on another level, but he's doing his fashion parade. I noticed he's like with Karen. Karen's going around the store. Karen's sitting next to him when he's doing an interview about the fashion show. He does the fashion show, and it's so funny because as the models are walking out, he's saying words like elegant, whimsical, lit AF.
Yes, the
You
commentary
are-
was like my favorite.
You are who you want to be. Keith Dick outrageous on fleek.
Yeah.
It's so great.
So he's just using all the buzzwords that kids use.
Right, and the t-shirts are back.
Yes,
They never went away.
I know. Yes,
Alan
Ho
is
is life.
back.
Alan's back.
Yeah.
Hard at work, sewing in the back. It's great.
I don't know. What were you guys' favorite outfits? Because mine was like the sleeping bag when
Yeah.
he's like
out.
comes out of the cocoon.
I think I also like the shower curtain one. She was like the one that was kind of like that looked like a shower curtain, so probably that one.
I just like the shirts. Like I like the Ho is life. It's just like so weird. It's like like basic bitch is like a really common like thing, but like Ho is life. Okay, and I love that June's wearing it. Yeah. It's so funny.
I actually really want the t-shirt with his face with the
So
sunglasses.
do I. Oh
I was
my
like, I
God.
actually like that shirt.
I
would
want
like that.
the Keith Dick face shirt. Like
Yes.
I also want a
me
pair of
too.
jeans because on the back of his jeans he has a patch that says "I love my dick."
Oh really? Okay. I didn't.
So yeah, I'm ready to purchase my dick gear. So he has his fashion show. I actually liked what they were doing, like how they would have the people on stage and they would like face one way and then they'd turn and face. It was so cute. He comes out at the end and
It was a pretty successful show.
It was.
You know,
yeah,
He's
like
selling all kinds of stuff.
right.
I was surprised because it seemed like nobody wanted to go in his store, and all of a sudden it's like hip, and then the employees are happy, they're helping him. I'm like, what happened here? Like,
Yeah.
what's this turnaround? But I was happy for Keith, even though he's kind of a douche sometimes, but it's just like I know that was his dream.
Yeah.
So I was kind of happy that they actually sold a lot and all the employees got to keep their jobs. Patika saved the
Yes.
store. So
Oh my gosh, we can actually buy these shirts online.
I need
So
them.
they're not actual licensed
Yeah.
Keith Dick shirts, but you can still get a shirt.
before
Keith
Chris
Dick, my
Lilley
dick.
sues.
Yeah,
I
might
need-
as well
I
get
need
it.
one
And
ASAP.
yeah, they're actually a pretty good price.
Get
I'll
them
put it
and
up
then sell them on
the mic right
eBay.
now.
Yes.
Yeah,
There you go.
I needed my dick shirt.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Yes, I definitely need some Keith Dick merchandise.
Oh, and then he proposed.
Yes, exactly. So he finally comes out like in front of everybody and tells everybody about his love for Karen, and him and Patika got a divorce, and he proposes to Karen, and she says yes by typing 435 on the cash register and then popping open.
Oh, now Kay and Kate,
so
Keith and Karen.
Oh,
how cute. I felt so bad for Patika though, but at first when I first saw it, I thought because it was before he announced the divorce, he was just like, "Oh, I love Karen."
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I thought that was like, or Patika first hearing about the divorce, she was like, "Wait, what?" But then I realized like they had already talked about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's good. Because I was like, man, that is such a douchebag thing to like announce in front of everyone. She's like, wait, I didn't know. But then I realized like kind of through her like face that they had already discussed it.
Yeah, poor Patika, losing to a cash register, I guess. But
So
what can you
classy.
do? Yeah. So then lastly in this episode, we have Jana. She's in Zimbabwe with Kylie, who canceled her wedding.
I was
Like, why?
Kylie?
I
Kylie,
know.
Come on, you were growing a backbone at one point.
I know.
And then you freaking no one is ever gonna make me cancel my own wedding. I don't care who you are. Okay, maybe a death. That might be the only thing in the family, but.
And then Jana was like so rude the whole time. She's like, why are you in a bad mood? It's like, well, because this is like my wedding day and I'm here in Zimbabwe, like locked in this cage with you.
Yeah, hello.
Also, did you notice her safari outfit was like...
Yes.
It was like with like the open
Yeah.
ties, and I was like, this is a hot safari outfit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
That'll be cute.
And then finally like we find out that Jana, she admits her love for Kylie, which we knew.
We knew.
But
And that one at first, I thought maybe she might have. When she's like, "Oh, I have a surprise
Yeah.
for you," I thought, "Oh, maybe she brought Craig."
I
over.
thought that
what I
too.
thought.
She's
I was
actually
like,
doing something nice.
I know. I was
I'm
like,
so
oh my
glad
God,
you mentioned
Craig
that.
and the treehouse.
Same.
And then I
That's
was like,
exactly what I
Oh
thought.
no, Jana's a jerk.
Yeah.
Jana is a jerk. Jerk Jana. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I know. I thought the same thing. I thought Craig was going to be there. I thought they were going to have like a little wedding ceremony in the treehouse. And then when it was just for like those two, I was like, come on.
Yeah.
So Kylie finally made the right decision and it's like, bye, sister, gotta go.
Yeah.
So
Good job.
Good for
Yeah.
Kylie.
Finally.
And that's where
Sorry,
we end with
Anna.
episode 9 before we get to the finale.
Yes, and before we get to episode 10, I just want to ask all of you guys a favor. We just want to say thank you for helping us become the ESPN of Talk TV. But we also want to ask that you guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, that you go ahead and subscribe to this channel, give a thumbs up, and also leave a comment if you like this episode or any of the ones that you've watched. And if you're listening on iTunes, go ahead and rate us with 5 stars and leave us a comment there too. We love hearing what you guys have to say, and we love that you guys are all part of our family here at AfterBuzz TV. It's been a real pleasure for me to work here for such a long time too, and it's given me so many more opportunities in hosting. So it's been a fantastic experience for me, and we're so happy for all of you guys that get to join us here. So keep joining us and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our great stuff.
Yes. Yay.
But let's get into episode 10.
I know, the finale. Oh my gosh. So the finale is
6 months
so
later.
great because it's not what I expected at all, but it's just all around great. So let's talk about the characters and then we can talk about like everything everything wrapped up. But Joyce, we see her with Les. They're so happy.
Oh my God, they're the cutest.
They are the cutest. They have like a real museum with all their stuff. She's like so happy. We see another Princess Diana Day. Did you see it? I'm like obsessed with Princess Diana Day. It's so funny.
Cute.
And just in time because there was like this big royal dinner party, you know,
Yeah.
in real life last night.
Right, exactly. So yeah, her and Les are so cute. She even has like people over and she's like giving them the tour around, and it's so funny because she has like a song. She's like, "There's my Smurfs," and like,
Smurfs.
Yeah.
Here's some Smurfs.
Yeah, she's like a variety show.
it's so
A
great.
one-woman variety show.
Oh my god! So I'm so happy for Joyce. What do you guys? How do you feel about the ending with Joyce?
I was just.
I was happy.
Because she went through so
I
much and just
know.
like, almost getting evicted and getting screwed over by Reese and
Yeah.
I'm just so happy to see her happy, and Les is just amazing. I'm so happy he's real.
He's so cute.
Real, and we actually get to see him, get to meet him at least for a little bit, and that just you can tell that he really loves her for her, and
I know
it's amazing. So.
I know he's like such a great guy.
He is,
because I feel like other people, especially if you're dating a hoarder, you would kind of be like, get rid of all this stuff, blah blah blah. But he just supports her and loves her, and he's like, well, if she loves this stuff. I love her. I love the stuff too. I mean, he also understands because he's a collector as well. Yeah. So I'm just.
But
happy.
I love that he encouraged her to sell stuff. Yeah. And like made it okay. And she's like, well, it's really hard. And he's like, I know, but look, we can buy more stuff. Yeah, it's awesome.
That's true.
I know. And he's like, she's a ray of sunshine. And then she's like, yeah, he said we might be able to buy the thing if we see it online. The dad's bear. And he's like, no, we're definitely buying it. I love Les. So they're doing good. Gavin is back home. And Dylan and Clementine are visiting, and they're doing, litivities.
That works so much.
He's teaching Dylan how to pee out the window. They're doing drugs, vitamin C. They're sniffing.
I love that.
But he's like, don't do drugs. Here, snort those.
Yeah. They are Skyping with Oscar, and he shows him the ruler of how much his dicks grew, and he's like, every millimeter counts.
Right.
And they're just, he has a guinea pig named Gayhurst, and they're just making content for his Instagram.
The term he used, he wants to slip the slug in to Ingrid. I was like, ew, we don't need that image. It was so vivid. Yeah, so I had to write that down.
And then the Easter egg hunt.
Oh, with like the moldy Easter eggs that he's licked every one of them, and he's had them for like years.
And then Dylan's just like,
oh my God.
I know.
Delicious.
It's so funny because after hearing the podcast that he did, and hearing a little bit about Dylan, now that I'm watching these episodes, knowing what Dylan was like, I can kind of see, and it's like a cute relationship they have too, because Dylan's like looking at him like he really like loves, like he's like, this is like the coolest opportunity.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
And I love what he actually acknowledged, like, he's like, oh, I don't want to be the Earl of Gayhurst because I'm just a dumb CUNT nephew. Like, yes! It was awesome. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole episode. So, like, he acknowledged, like, yeah, I'm not fit for this job. I just want to, like, have fun, so.
Yeah, so that's where we end with Gavin.
Oh, one other thing, too. When I saw him filming the video with peeing, I thought of Quentin. I'm like, they need to hang out and make Instagram videos together.
Yes, he's like a young Quentin. It was the exact same form.
Yeah.
Well, and also, when Quentin was playing... Oh, no, yeah, that's... Okay, well, I'll wait for that because we're going to talk about it in a second.
Okay, so then I'm interested to hear because I'm curious if I noticed it or not. Okay, so then we go to Becky, and, like, things have turned around for her, too.
Yeah.
Her and Lucy are like back to normal.
I predicted that she was gonna be a big YouTuber. So
she's getting big on YouTube because she has all these fans now because she's like part of this FreakCon national tour. Mm-hmm. So she has all these fans and she has a little tribe of like freaks, I guess. Aaron's her manager.
And boyfriend.
And more.
Yes.
Cuddle buddy.
Cuddle buddy.
Which I said in the first
you
episode.
Did. I
was
know.
like, you need to date Aaron.
I am so happy. They're so cute together.
Yes. Oh, I love them.
They're getting revenge on Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have pictures. Yeah, it's awesome. He's like bringing them tea and like Oreos.
Which, funny side note, when I went to college at University of Vermont, our hockey team was actually put on like a 2-year suspension because they hazed the other players doing the elephant walk.
Oh, shoot.
And so the NCAA was like, no hockey for you guys.
Yeah, that is an actual real thing. And there's been a whole lot of fraternities that have been put on suspension because of the elephant walk. There's 2 adaptions that I know. Obviously, the one that they showed in the episode, that's one way. Another way is sticking a thumb up a certain orifice, if you get what I mean.
Come on.
Oh my gosh, guys. Why are you so horrible? Stop it.
I just don't get like why that's a thing, but okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like why do you have to like haze in that manner? It's just so
I feel like
stupid,
but some like you're probably
but it's great for these girls because they have a picture of it and now they can
I'm so happy. I'm just hated Jack so much and I feel like this is justice for all the douchebaggy stuff he did. So
I don't know. Could we get him in the studio? I could use a tea and some Oreos.
Yeah, seriously. I want 3 Oreos.
Just randomly shows up. Oh, hey, what's
That
up?
would be
Thank
great.
you. Please refill.
So I'm so happy how it ended with Becky. What did you guys think?
Oh my God, I love how Aaron met the dad, and then they're like holding hands.
I know, they're so cute.
And then the song that she wrote, and the way she like looks at Aaron, it's just
They're so cute.
Sweet. Also, since when does she play the cello?
Yeah, right. It's so random, but so funny.
But yeah, her songs are great.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Quentin, and the family moved back in with the grandmother. The dad's working again. Quentin's bringing the bird to work. He has a new assistant who also has a huge ass, and they're like dating and working out together. He's still doing his art, and he's still singing because it's his mom's birthday, and he has to sing her favorite song
by her favorite person.
Yeah, his family is like. His family is like. I mean, everybody in like. There's always these supportive people in each of these people's lives, but his family's like on another level. They're like nice.
Totally.
Even though he kind of failed as a CEO, they still
yeah, he was like,
you
tried your best. At that.
Yeah.
So. Like the last episode, his dad's like, "You've never disappointed me in your life." It's like you've ruined the entire family's life, but it's cool.
I mean, I kind of am like, dang, where are these people that can be in my life that like are never disappointed in me? Can you please be in my life? That'd be awesome.
But like we don't get much closure with Harrison, I feel like, because like he was in there for a little bit, like he's like doing stuff.
Yeah, they were just like, oh, Harrison's now a real estate agent.
Yeah, it's like, okay, bye, Harrison.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I like Joyce's and Becky's endings better than Gavin's and Quentin's, I would say.
I was happy though that he did find someone that. He kept his butt. He found someone that also has a big butt too. So now it's like he can accept himself, and then they accept each other. And I think they, they complement each other well. And it's kind of, everyone. There's someone out there for everyone, I guess. And I like that she, seems like she genuinely, likes and cares about him and appreciates, his qualities.
Yeah,
so
I like that too.
I was happy for him.
So did you guys catch this when he was DJing?
Yeah.
He was playing a song, and all of a sudden he remixed in Becky's song.
Yeah, I love that part. I love that they were
That?
overlapping. Yeah, that was beautiful. A beautiful moment.
It was just like a moment, and then it went away.
That's so awesome.
I was like, oh, they're gonna intertwine all the characters.
So that's what I had originally thought was gonna happen.
I was hoping that something would happen where they would all kind of come together at some point, but he teased it a little bit. So.
Yeah,
I know. So then Jana, she's still in Zimbabwe. She's pregnant. She has a new assistant. She's still using like her virtual reality thing. She has a new book. She still has the OCD stuff. Again, like with her, it was a weird ending for her. Like I didn't like her the whole series, and the ending for her like kind of sucked.
The worst ending.
She did have the worst
ending.
ending.
But also she was probably one of the worst people.
Yeah, she was.
So
that's true.
She got what she deserved in a way, or what was coming to her.
Yeah.
And what happened to Victor?
Oh my
yes.
gosh. Yes.
She just got eaten by the hyenas. Like,
Victor wanted to be a woman again. They got in an argument, so Victor went outside, got eaten by the hyenas. But this is the great part. He got eaten, but she still has all the fur to make into like this blanket or rug or whatever it is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that's weird, but okay. So that's Jana.
And her, wait, I just have to say that
yes.
Everyone had like a great song, I think, in the last episode, and hers, my favorite, was the crocodile song.
That's true. The song that she was singing, the crocodile, when she was like doing her work with it.
Yeah, it was like, and you go chomp chomp on a wildebeest, and I don't know.
And I love that part when she was doing another like session, and she's like, "Oh, she told me she hates you." Or something like,
that's some strong words. Are you really sure you hate him?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. He hates you.
And then lastly, Keith Dick. His wedding to Karen. He has a honeymoon. I was laughing so hard because I'm thinking of Chris Lilley like taking these pictures with this cash register, and it must have been so funny to like have this cash register around with him to take pictures.
Yes.
And Patika there being a classy, supportive ex-wife.
Yeah, she's at the wedding.
Yeah, and Rashish handled it so well as the daughter. Like,
yep. He loves
so
the
happy.
Skateboarders now. He put a rail out front for them.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going back to the department store, and they're gonna carry his line. And he even said like he said, I've come full circle in a way. And so then I was like, oh, is there some way that they're going to tie everybody in together? Because in Angry Boys, they did that. So I was waiting like the whole season for that to happen, everybody to be together.
One way they did it, not like physically, but they go, like each character talks about like things they learned. Like I wrote it here that Becky was like, don't sweat the small stuff, be you. Quentin learned to follow your dreams. Jana learned to follow your heart. Keith learned, work hard and have fun along the way and be yourself. Yeah. And Gavin, I think he just learned that he's not fit to be Earl of Gatehurst.
Yeah, one of them also said, be your own kind of beautiful.
Yes.
That one.
So, that's Becky's, like, song.
So all those are good lessons.
No, I think that was, who said that?
No, I think that was part of the song.
Part of Becky's song.
Yeah, it's a part of Becky's song, yeah.
So it's so funny because, like, this is just, like, if you watch this show, it's just, like, a hilarious, like, show. I don't even know how to describe it because for me, this is the kind of comedy I like. Like, I love Chris Lilley shows and I get so excited for them. But when I explain the show to other people or like make other people watch it, they're like, what is this? But the funny thing is like there's a bigger meaning behind all of it. Because like at the end, it's just like so cute. Like Joyce is like, I make people happy. So like, done. Stop filming me. And Becky's like, I've grown and don't sweat the small stuff like you said. And Quentin's like, accept your flaws. But and then they have this song and then Keith says so much cute stuff too. He's like, if you want to be weird, be weird. You do you. And it's just like a really happy message at the end that's like, we're all weird in a way and we can like relate to these characters, which is kind of like what we talked about this whole series. Yeah. But like, just like accept that you're weird and like don't be insecure about it.
Just embrace your whatever makes you different, instead of trying to hide it or conform to other people. And I think that like that's kind of what I love, but that's also kind of frustrating about his shows because like I love that you get these little lessons, but like a lot of them are at the end, so it's like people that can't watch the other ones, they don't get the full. I don't know how to say. They don't get the full lesson. I don't know.
No, I totally agree because like people give up on it too, and it's like.
There's like a payoff, but it's all the way at the end.
Yes, it's a feel-good like series. Like at the end, you're like, oh, this is so cute. Yes. It's such a good message.
And it's like usually. I don't like when things are all like hunky-dory and happy at the end. But for this show, I did like it because a lot of the characters, well, John didn't really have a happy ending, but a lot of the characters went through so much and they're good people or they had their flaws. But I'm just like happy that they kind of, had, that they were happy, so... This is a happy ending I did like.
Me too.
That was very satisfying.
Well, I think it's hard as a comedian too because
totally
we've come into this age now where it's like you can only make fun of yourself, and if you're making fun of anyone else, you obviously have to be like, oh, but it's. I think it's like you have to throw in messages like this at the end.
Right.
People get so offended.
They do. I wonder those critics that were criticizing the show. Did you watch till the end?
Right. Did you watch it all?
Messages.
No, I seriously wonder that too. I know. I agree.
Like,
so
they probably gave up on it after like 2 or 3 episodes.
I agree.
It's teaching you be yourself.
And I don't think any of the skits that he's done in this are like crass at all. It's not like he's making characters out of these people that maybe have hard times, but he's not really. I don't think he's making fun of them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see it that way, but...
And he's making them lovable. Like, you, like, end up loving them, minus Jana, but you end up loving them, and that's why you're, like, so happy at the end. So I agree. Like, I think it's really hard for a comedian, but, like, I just loved how this ended, and I'm so happy, but I'm so sad it's over, and I'm like, I need to keep Dick spinoff right now.
And I love how they all, like, kind of, except maybe Jana and Gavin, they all found their soulmate,
Yeah.
Quentin, Melinda, Aaron and Becky, Keith and Karen, Joyce and Les, and, Gavin and Dylan.
So who's your favorite couple at the end?
Probably Joyce and Les. They're so cute.
They are so cute.
Yeah, Joyce and Les. Yeah.
I know it's so hard to pick between those two or like Becky and Aaron. I think I'm gonna go with Becky and Aaron just to be different, but like I love Joyce and Les. They're so cute. So, and then on that note, because at the beginning we talked about like in the first episode, who did we like? Who is your favorite now that the series is over?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. So hard.
I'll go first because I've been thinking about this. And so mine was Gavin at the beginning, and now mine's Keith Dick. Keith Dick is so funny. He just like brought it. By the end of the season, I was all in on Keith Dick.
Oh my gosh.
And I need a Keith Dick spinoff. That's all I can say.
I think maybe mine at the beginning was Keith, and I love all of them. Well, except Jana, really. Sorry. But I don't know, maybe Joyce, just because I'm just so happy for her. So, yeah,
and you want to do a
Joyce,
Princess
though.
Diana Day.
Yes.
Because
and I want to
so
find someone
fun.
who's gonna love my collection of things too. So I can relate.
No less.
Yeah, I think Yana's the only one that didn't learn anything
Yeah.
Yeah.
by the end. But yeah, I think Keith was my favorite at the beginning too, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Joyce too.
Aw,
I like
love
her. I like her a
Joyce.
lot. She's kind of like overcome her illness a little bit by like finding love.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cute. Okay, so we have some news.
We do have some news.
Finale.
Well, so my first news is I actually wanted to share this funny website. It's like a spoof magazine called Prune Mag. I actually don't know if the magazine is actually real or not, but it's a parody spread with Chris Lilley, obviously dressed as Joyce. And it's like
it's so
this whole
great.
article about Joyce and her years as a porn star. So there's lots of fun photos that you can look at. And there's also like, a lot of quotes from her on like one of the things that is said is like, we had to bring her 40 scrunchies and 100 origami swans for her collection in order to do this interview. So there's lots of fun stuff like that. So definitely look that up if you want some fun Joyce stuff to look at.
Yes.
And then the other one that I wanted to share was, now there hasn't been an official announcement for season 2 yet, but the Express in the UK, it's a newspaper, they have kind of made some guesses on, who would be returning if there's a season 2. And they think that pretty much all the characters would return.
Yeah.
And that it'd be still similar format and stuff like that, and that it'd probably be in April of 2020 if it does come
Oh my
back.
gosh.
So.
That'd be cool because he's never done a show where all of the characters have come back. Like he's done spin-offs, but nothing with all the characters. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So we'll cross
Yeah.
our fingers for that.
All right. So.
Oh, yes. Now we're going to do our top 3, right?
3 for our last episode.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun. We have to give props because, Chris Lilley, obviously he's the star of the show, but there's other, actors and characters that we want to give some props to. So this is the top 3 real MVPs of Lunatics. All right. So let's start with number 3, which is Les. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
Les.
So first of all, he's a real person, so that was awesome. And, just love that, he just loves Joyce for who she is. And you can tell he really cares about her, and he saved her. And you guys want to talk a little bit about why you guys love Les so much?
I just love that he actually, existed. And I just love that he was so supportive of Joyce.
Yeah.
You
He
know,
just
he's
accepts her for who she is.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's so funny because now also just continuing to talk about this podcast that you guys listen to with Chris Lilley, it's just now knowing that these people are just like people he pulled off the streets. It's so awesome to watch them because Les, even just as a person on screen, was just so good. He fits so naturally and like was just perfect. But he's so cute. Like when she's calling him over the intercom and he comes like running around the
God,
I love Les.
him.
He's so
cute.
great.
All right, so our number 2 MVP, dun, 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 Aaron.
Yes.
Of
Oh my God, I
course.
love Aaron.
Because I feel like I had to pick him because he is pretty much the only one that like didn't screw with Becky or was mean to her. He was always, nice to her, told her like don't care about that stuff. Just and I'm so happy they finally got together. Yes. I was really hoping for it.
We'll see where the cuddle buddy relationship grows too.
Yeah, I know we need season 2 so we can see what happens with them. But again, he just like accepts her for who she is.
And you can just tell, at the end, I'm just so happy because sometimes you feel like someone like Becky, with the way she looks, it might be hard for her to find someone or whatever, but she found someone who loves her for who she is. He supports her. That's very important in a partner. So we have all these awesome supporting guys supporting these women. So speaking of Aaron, the actor who plays him, Cameron _D Leonard on Instagram, he answered a couple questions on his stories about working with Chris Lilley. So he said, what was it like working? He was asked, what was it like working with Chris Lilley? And did he stay in character as Becky? He said, it was definitely one of the best things I could have asked for, and he was shocked to be working with such a legend, and he made it really believable that that we actually saw him as a 7'3" girl. So, and then another question he got was, did you do a lot of improv? He said, not a lot for myself, but he can't speak for everyone else, but he stayed with his lines mostly. And then another question, would you work with Chris Lilley again? 1,000% yes. And what's your favorite Lunatics character? He said definitely Gavin and Becky.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's a good question. That's the kind of question I wanted to hear from Chris Lilley. Yes. Like, who was your favorite character to play?
So we got to do our number one.
Oh my god.
Who is our number one MVP of Lunatics? Drum roll, please. Patika!
Go, girl!
Oh my gosh, girl. I mean, props to Patika. She had to put up with so much throughout this show, and she handled it so well, so much class, such in a mature way, because just, especially watching like all these TV shows, I feel like so many other people would handle the things that she went through, especially the divorce and him marrying Karen, like just would not handle it well. But she ended up supporting Keith and, still is able to work with him, went to his freaking wedding. Like, how many people can do that? Like, go to your ex-husband's wedding.
With a cash register.
Yeah.
But, like, even dealing with Keith Dick just at base level would be a pain in the ass and drive you insane. Oh. So, like, that mixed with everything is like, this woman is a saint.
Props to the actress Lena Aurora. I had to, it was hard to find these names because they're not really actors, a lot of them. Cameron is, who plays Aaron, but Les and Patika, they're not even on IMDb. So
wow.
Yeah,
but good job, girl.
We loved your character.
The real MVP crown goes to Patika. Yeah.
If my boyfriend left me for a cash register, it would be over.
I'd be like, please.
Okay, here you go. If your husband left you for a cash register, would you go to their wedding?
No.
Well,
actually, maybe, because it would be entertaining. Because I've never seen like somebody marry like an object. So
just for
maybe for the
value,
experience. Yeah.
I'd probably get them a straitjacket for their wedding gift.
That's a good gift. How about you? Would you attend?
I would, but I'd probably have to drink a little bit.
Yeah, there
you
go.
Just enjoy it more. Just feel like I just need to
I'd be like, can I marry the champagne bottle?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So guys, that is it for Lunatics. I'm so depressed it was over. Literally, I love Chris Lilley. So when the show came out on the first night, I stayed up, did an all-nighter, watched this entire series, and was like so depressed the next day. So I'm glad I got to relive it here at AfterBuzz, talking with you guys, talking with our viewers about it, because it's been so much fun. If you're a Chris Lilley fan, like, go out, watch Angry Boys, watch Summer Heights High, watch Jamae, Jonah, all of it.
We Are Heroes. That's his first one.
I haven't seen that one.
That's when Jamae first appeared in We Are Heroes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to watch that. Watch them. Tweet me about them, because I literally live for this stuff.
If you love Chris Lilley, talk to me. I don't have a lot of people I can talk to about Chris Lilley with.
Yes, tag us.
We're basically
tag
like
Chris
Becky
Lilley.
at the beginning of episode 9. We have no Chris Lilley friends, so please.
We are Beckinators. Chris Lilley-nators.
But thank you for being with us for this series. Sad it's over. Guys, one last time, tell them where they can find you guys at online.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Alice L. Ford, on YouTube at Alice Ford Adventures. And yeah, definitely connect with us if you guys want to chat about Chris Lilley or any of our other shows here at AfterBuzz.
And I forgot to mention, Alice got awards for her travel stuff.
Oh,
so you should definitely check out her content.
I won
awesome.
2 Tilly Awards. If you guys like travel, you should check out my YouTube channel.
Yes.
You can find me on Instagram at More Than You Think 7. And then if I have a YouTube channel, it's Mo. I did a couple reactions to Chris Lilley stuff. So from Summer Heights High. So if you search my username ITZMOE and Chris Lilley, it should appear there. So check it out.
And I'm Jessie Zahner. Thanks so much for joining us. You can find me all over social media at Athletic. And hopefully until next season, guys. We'll see you guys later.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.